Hey guys, and welcome back. Quality Shot Tennis. Today we've got Djokovic versus Arnaldi in Geneva. It is a 250 event that is happening between the Clay Masters of Madrid and Rome and Roland Garros. The draw just came out for Roland Garros, and we can talk a little bit about that on the stream as well. But the match is Djokovic-Arnaldi. Arnaldi just taking out Djokovic in Madrid in the last tournament Djokovic played. Djokovic just getting his first win on clay of the season period against Fucsovic. And now he's got Arnaldi. And we'll see if Arnaldi can go up 2-0 in the head-to-head or if Djokovic can get his revenge. Djokovic always scary in a revenge match. We'll see what happens. But it should be interesting. How's it going, Lexi? How's it going, Leo? Remember to like and subscribe. Should be a good one here. The number one seed of the tournament just going out, by the way. Fritz losing to Hubert Hurkacz. Not an upset, because Hurkacz is Hurkacz, and Fritz on clay is Fritz on clay. Not bad, for sure, but he's not... It's not like if, let's say, Casper Ruud lost to Hubert Hurkacz, it might be a little bit of a bigger deal. Fritz on clay is a little bit more inconsistent, let's be honest. In their last match, I personally didn't think Djokovic played that poorly or that he was not in it, like, with no chance. I saw a lot of discourse after the match being like, Djokovic played completely awful and he had no chance and Arnaldi completely outplayed him and Djokovic is done. I thought Djokovic showed a lot of actually good signs. I know the score was very one-sided. It's not the match Djokovic would have wanted, but I didn't think it was this kind of end-of-the-world scenario kind of match for Djokovic where suddenly there was nothing exciting about his game or what he was putting forth. I thought Arnaldi played brilliant to break him in the second set. First set, if I remember correctly, the break was definitely a lot of unforced errors and not great from Djokovic. The second set in general from Novak was better than the first set. But Arnaldi played well in that match. Certainly not the kind of caliber player Djokovic wants to be losing to, obviously. And I get that, because 10 years ago, if he lost to Arnaldi, there would be shockwaves across the tennis world to a degree that, I mean, it would probably be the biggest upset of the year. So, he wants to avoid that. And even though, so it was an upset, I don't know if it was quite as big of a, moment to confirm that Novak is done or something. Some people were taking it for, because Arnaldi did play well. And Arnaldi's underrated anyway, to be honest, in my opinion, in my book. This guy has a complete game, crazy talented, crazy good mover, crazy athletic. And I think he's influenced greatly by Novak. So I'm sure that he would have been happy with that win in Madrid. We'll see what the result is today. Backhand of Arnaldi goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Got backhand to backhand rally. Backhand Djokovic goes to the forehand of Arnaldi. Big forehand strike. 50-0. They're doing Lexi. Happy birthday, Nole. Yes, absolutely. How's it going, Dusanka? So, is Noli getting a birthday gift, or is he getting something worse? You know, it's always you never know on a birthday. Sometimes things don't always go your way. I remember Coco got big upset. I can't remember what tournament it was, but on her birthday, and it's like, man, this sucks. It's like when it's a player's birthday, just like give them the match, you know. No, it's a dangerous one. This is a dangerous matchup, I think, for Novak, obviously, just having lost to Arnaldi. Back in lob goes long from Arnaldi, 15-30. Djokovic looking for that early break here. We'll see if he gets it. After this, Alexei Popyrin will play Cameron Norrie, and the winner of that one will play the winner of this one. I feel like either player, particularly Popyrin, could be dangerous as well to Novak. I could see Popyrin beating him again, because I actually quite like Popyrin on clay, and I think that could be difficult. Djokovic needs that return to be working, needs to make it deeper than that. Not quite the forehand return he would have wanted there. This is an interesting one. It's pretty uncertain what the match today is going to look like. Drop shot is too good, 40-30. Arnaldi will have the confidence of having just beaten. Serve Arnaldi. Kicked. Backhand slice. Djokovic. Forehand of Arnaldi. Goes to the forehand of Novak. It's back. That's on his side. 1-0. This is going to be a good one. I have the early feeling this is going to be a good one. I don't know. Something about it. As an interesting feeling about it. I think it could be a good one. I'd expect Djokovic to at least take a set today. And I think I don't know. I almost want to pick Arnaldi for the upset. I mean, he did just beat Novak. But I'll take Novak. I'll take Novak. When I'm unsure of who to choose and Novak is on the court, I'd rather just take Novak. I'll say Novak in 3 sets. I'll have Arnaldi taking a set, though. I can't speak. I will have, okay, that's the first part of the sentence. I got through that. I will have Arnaldi winning a set, but Djokovic winning in 3 sets. And then I think that Novak is going to have a tough match in the next round against Popyrin or Norrie. That's my prediction. I think he gets through today, but I think the next round against Popyrin or Norrie, particularly Popyrin, that could be tough. But we'll see. Djokovic at his best should be as good as anybody, obviously. Forehand the net from Arnaldi, 15-love. Let me know your predictions as well. I've got Djokovic in 3. I got Novak in 3. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. Always appreciated. 15-love for Djokovic here at 0-1. So many good Italian players on tour now. It's crazy. Arnaldi is definitely one of the best of the best. Forehand goes out there. 30-love. We're seeing the last little bits of the clay season. Roland Garros on the horizon. Backhand down the line. It's going to miss from Djokovic, 30-15. I haven't taken a look at the full Roland Garros draw. I've only seen the, what's it called? projected draw for Novak and for Yannick. I haven't seen outside of that, so I'm going to look at it. I can look at it on stream because I haven't taken a look at it yet, and I want to talk about it. I haven't even seen people talk about popcorn matches. I've just not really been online very much yet today and seen anything about it. On the men's side, we certainly have two huge favorites in Sinner and Alcaraz. One of them is a bigger favorite than the other one, I would say. Forehand cross score goes out from Arnaldi, 40-15. Like I said before, winner of this one plays the winner of Popper and Nori in the fourth round of this tournament in the semifinals. This was Djokovic's 220th quarterfinal of an ATP tournament. How absurd is that? Forehand of Arnaldi returns Djokovic smash. Good get there again. Lob. That's going to be in. Miracle point from Arnaldi. Backhand. That's in the net. Remarkable gets from Arnaldi. 40-30. Djokovic's weakest shot is the easiest shot in tennis. He cannot make an overhead to save his life. It just is what it is. I'm telling the truth. I mean, he made the overheads, but they weren't very good. They were not very good. Serve. Goes to forehand of Arnaldi. Goes for a big return. Misses it long. That's 1-1. 1-1. This is going to be a good one. I have a good feeling about this one already. Yeah, Djokovic, 38 years old. We are watching a 38-year-old. That's crazy that Novak is 38. I mean, it kind of isn't, but it's like when you grow up watching Novak, I remember so well when this guy was like 20, 21, and then obviously 23, 24, and 2011. Like, man, that is wild. Sinner could have a tough fourth round in Artur Fils. I'm not looking way past that. That could be a tough one. Lehechka in the third round could also be difficult. Even Rinder Kadesh is not a particularly easy first round match. Sinner is kind of like Novak. He's prone to losing sets early in tournaments. Obviously, Sinner in his 3 slams so far has not won one without dropping a set. At the U.S. Open, I think he only dropped 2 sets on route. But, I mean, very few players throughout history have done that. Djokovic, though, you'd expect would have done that. He's never done that, where he's won a slam without dropping a set. Mattia Bellucci versus Draper is a really good first round. Hurkacz versus Fonseca. We could get Fonseca versus Draper in the third round. Also, Fonseca Monfils, 2 of the most fun players to watch. De Minaur in that section. Menzik in that section. Could be Menzik versus Fonseca fourth round. Or Menzik versus Draper fourth round. That is a great little section there. Arnaldi FAA, Zverev TN. This is a very interesting draw, actually, so far. Dimitrov Zverev could be a rematch that I would want Dimitrov to win that one. Honestly, because Dimitrov had such a chance to get to his first Roland Garros quarterfinal against Zverev 2 years ago. Completely blew it. It was I always think of it whenever I think of the most disappointing Dimitrov performances, because I thought this was his chance, and he just hit about 60 unforced errors in that match. Lost in straight sets, so I'm not holding my breath, but I would love to see Grigor do something there, because Zverev has not been on it this year. He's only made 1 semifinal period since the Australian Open. That is a big stat, and it was not in a big tournament. Quote unquote big tournament, big title. It's not in the Masters or a Slam. So catches the line from Djokovic. Drop shot. It's going to be good. Unreturnable. 15-30. Novak Djokovic with the early start. 15-30. Djokovic looking good. He's moving well. He's a fresh 38-year-old. Let that not be an announcer's jinx. I don't of all the things I don't want to jinx that, but he's looking good. Um, let's see here. Giron versus Greek Spores, cool. Medvedev Nori. Could be Medvedev Umber third round. That could be interesting. Djokovic and Medvedev's quarter. I like Djokovic's draw. I don't think it's too bad. Good serve from Arnaldi. Gets a 30 all. Yeah, I'll look at the Roland Garros draw and the changeover. There's some interesting stuff going on there. That second quarter in particular, I thought a lot of interesting names. Menzik, Draper, Fonseca. And Feast versus Sinner fourth round could be really interesting, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie, I would kind of love to see Feast take out Yannick in the fourth round of the tournament. That would be exciting. It would be a very monumental win for Feast. I feel like a long time coming for something like that to happen for him. Second serve here, Arnaldi. Djokovic going way back for this return. Back in. Down the middle of the court. Back in cross court. Back in Arnaldi. Forehand Djokovic. Missed it wide. 40-30 Arnaldi. Djokovic definitely not generally finding the level or consistency that he's played with for most of his career, unfortunately. But, you know, I mean, at the biggest tournaments, he's still, I mean, the last slam that he played, he beat Alcaraz in the quarterfinals and got to the semis, which is not a bad result. So we'll see. We'll see how. But I mean, that being said, at the hard court slams last year, third round loss to Poprin. Australian Open was very underwhelming, although still a semifinal result. At the U.S. Open, Alexei Poprin played incredible, to be honest. But yeah, still not results Djokovic would be that happy about. But still, at slams, Djokovic still doing good things to this point in his career. I don't think you can make much of an argument against that, having beaten Alcaraz at the last slam that he played. And slams are the ones he cares about the most. I mean, you can see that he didn't even play. He chose not to play the ATP finals last year. He cares about the slams at this point in his career, and I would too. That makes sense to me. Advantage Djokovic is a break point. Good for serve from Arnaldi. Better return. Forehand. Novak's in the net. The forehand he feels like he should have made. Djokovic looking at the court, maybe feeling like he got a bad bounce there. That's what you get with clay. Actually, Nardi is quite good, not getting enough PR like the other Italians, though. Nardi is very good. I agree with you. Hey, how's it going, Max? Good to see you. Where to watch, which channel is covering this match. Depends on your region, if you have paid subscription, exactly. Wonder how this match will go. Yeah, I can't tell you. That's part of the big reason I wanted to commentate it, is because it's hard for me to know. I could see Arnaldi in straight sets. That just happened a month ago. I could see Djokovic in straight sets because, hey, by the way, this is Novak Djokovic, the greatest player of all time. I could imagine 3 sets for Arnaldi. I could imagine 3 sets for Novak. I can imagine just about anything happening today. Wow. Can't cut it any closer than the Italian did just there. Matteo Arnaldi with the shot splat on the baseline. Gives a bit of an apology for that, just because, I mean, did not even right on the baseline, caught the back of the baseline. Down break point, those are the margins that decide a tennis match. Certainly this game. Backhand, goes to the backhand of Arnaldi. Forehand, Novak. The forehand of Arnaldi. Forehand. That's gonna, Arnaldi cuts just as close there, but he hits it. He hits it just wide. Advantage to Djokovic again with the break point. Arnaldi not making a whole ton of first serves. That's part of the reason he got into this mess. Djokovic stepping in a little bit closer on the return. Applying some pressure. That's a great second serve. Back in. Trying to go behind Novak. Novak is there. Drop shot. Novak runs. Not a great drop shot. Lob. Backhand smash. Great. Just great. What movement from Novak gets him to 2-1. Locked in. Very well calibrated on every single shot. Very well played. 2-1 for Djokovic. Already starting off with a better level than we saw for most of that match against Arnaldi in Madrid. It's nice to see Musetti rising. Yeah, absolutely. Top 10 now. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in this one. I gave a prediction, but like I said, I feel like it, especially before Djokovic got this break, but I feel like it's pretty up in the air. I like Djokovic. He's always playing with his racket bag that has all of the infinity stones. It has all of his Grand Slam victories. It has all of his Masters victories, ATP Finals, Olympics. Like, I like how Djokovic is just like always. It's great. It's smart. I mean, you want to give that fear factor to your opponents. Like, that makes sense. Wow, Djokovic's daughters look so. There's so much similarity to Novak. It's crazy. That's wild. Or his daughter there, I should say. Two one for Novak here, trying to make it to a semifinal in his 220th quarterfinal of his career. I thought it was slightly misleading because you only need to win one match to get here, but still, this is a crazy number. 220 quarterfinals. Like playing in 220 tournaments, which is pretty much what that means, I think. But playing in 220 tournaments is already a lot, but quarterfinals, 220 quarterfinal results. Backhand slice. Goes out from Arnaldi. Goes long. 15 love for Djokovic. Serve Djokovic. Back in Arnaldi. Forehand of Novak. Cross court. Good shot. 30 love. Djokovic starting off the better player here. Djokovic is the better player here so far. Back in Arnaldi. Cross court to the backhand Djokovic. In the net. 30-15. Forehand down the line to the backhand Djokovic. Good ball striking from Arnaldi. Gets a 30 all. Both guys just easing into this one. Still early stages of the match. Yeah, I don't know what they gave all the young players in Italy, but there's so many good players under the age of 25 from Italy. It is unbelievable. Like, truly crazy. And they're all like flashy, fun to watch, like Musetti, Arnaldi, Nardi. Ooh, just catch the baseline. Djokovic volley. Arnaldi runs. Can't get there. Good hustle from Arnaldi, but that volley was heavy-handed from Novak. Must have caught the back of the line. A lot of lines being caught so far in this match. Both guys getting a little bit lucky at times catching these lines. That is not the volley Djokovic was going for. Very clear miss hit there. 40-30 for Novak. Serve from Djokovic. It's going to go long. Second serve. Backhand of Arnaldi goes to the forehand of Djokovic. Backhand again. Arnaldi down the line. Forehand of Novak. Forehand of Arnaldi. Again to the forehand of Djokovic. That's going to go out. Deuce. Good fighting here from Arnaldi. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Can Djokovic hold on here? So the break only matters if you consolidate, right? I always think like a break in tennis should only truly be called a break if you actually consolidate afterwards. I think it makes just as much sense to if we're in the middle of the set, say when you break serve, you crack serve, and then you only truly break if you hold right after. That makes the most sense to me. Because that's really the more accurate version. You're expected to hold after, but it doesn't always happen. Obviously, best case scenario for the opponent is if they can break right after. That is, I mean, that's always such a push for the opponent at this level to try to break serve right after. Djokovic catching yet another line, actually two of them, as he hits it splat in the quarter, but another heavy-handed shot from Novak. I will say, if Novak keeps going for these shots, he's not going to make every single one of them in if he keeps hitting a little bit too heavy-handed. He's making a lot of lines. But the lines count. 3-1, fair and square. That's crazy, though. He made that like a millimeter in on game point. That's like a quarter of an inch, if that. Probably less. That was like 1/5 of an inch. Not much. All right, 1-3 for Arnaldi. Here to serve. He's facing down a 3-1 scoreline. Serve Arnaldi's in the net. Forehand Djokovic goes to the back of Arnaldi. Back in Novak. Back in slice Arnaldi. Forehand of Novak hits it out. Just out. That's what I'm saying. If he goes a little bit too heavy-handed with these shots and he's just missing them, that's not going to be good for Novak's case. Because a lot of those balls that he just barely made in were slight mishits. There's no question. Because you don't aim for the lines, even if you're Novak, who has pinpoint accuracy. Forehand cross court, that's going to go just long. 15 all. Both guys upset about something in their games. That is perfection. How's it going, Snahill? Great serve down the tee from Arnaldi, 30-15. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you are new to Quality Shot Tennis and the live streams, everything that we do here. At 3-2, I'll look over the I will look over the draw for Roland Garros. Or if it gets a 3-2. Could be 4-1. Forehand, inside out, but the next changeover. Lob, great overhead. That's something Novak can't do. Novak looked at Arnaldi and was like, man, if only I was Matteo Arnaldi, I could hit overheads. It's like, if only I had Matteo Arnaldi's game, I could hit overheads. I'm joking. That was actually a really impressive lob that he managed to pull out there, but Arnaldi, the difficult bit of elevation there. Serve from Arnaldi. Into the body. But nicely gets to Djokovic's forehand. That is a sweet shot from Arnaldi, who seems pretty happy with where he's at. But where he's at is 3-2. It's still a break for Djokovic. So Roland Garros draw. So let me look at the rest of it. I haven't looked at this yet, so I'm taking a look. Let's go wild card Emilio Nava. I always like watching that guy. Nava versus Van de Zandschulp. Let's see Nava go on a run. I want to see Emilio Nava in the conversation. That guy is as quick and talented as they come, but he just hasn't, and his strokes look good. He just hasn't quite gotten it all together. Korda Tiafoe could be a third round. Brooksby also in the mix there. I mean, good clay quarters. Comesana, Carreno Busta, Fritz is there. I mean, wow, that is American. Like USA filled quarter. 5 Americans there. And not just any 5. I mean, Tiafoe, Fritz, Korda, and then also Mickelson and Brooksby in one section. Not even a quarter, just one section. And then you have Opelka, Nakashima, Nava also in that quarter. Casper Ruud has got Tommy Paul in his section. That's a good draw for Ruud. Okay. I chose, before the year started, I said Casper Ruud. I chose him to win RG, Roland Garros. We'll see. Ooh, Nishikori Alcaraz. Let's go. That's the first time they're playing. It's the first time Nishikori takes on Sinner or Alcaraz, I think. That's part of the reason Nishikori wanted to keep playing. Oh, let's go. Imagine K takes out Carlos. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be... Imagine. Alcaraz Marajan could be tough in the second round. Also, Luca Nardi. And Petri Pericard, you never know. That guy is crazy. But on clay, I don't know. Slow Roland Garros clay. I don't know if he'll have a chance just as much. Echeverry is good on clay. Tsitsipas, Sonego's dangerous. Shelton is in there. He's dangerous. But yeah, I mean, Casper Ruud, I think he'll want somebody to beat Alcaraz before he gets to him. I don't think it's literally impossible for Ruud to beat Alcaraz, but I think Casper will feel very confident of his chances to beating anybody in this tournament except for Sinner and Alcaraz. I feel like he'll definitely want somebody to take them out first. Tsitsipas is definitely interesting in Alcaraz's section, but I mean, they've had very one-sided matches at RG, so I don't know. That's an interesting draw, though. Let's go about Nishikori versus Alcaraz. That's exciting. Marajan could be a dangerous second-round opponent. Like, Marajan follows up his Rome victory over Alcaraz and does, like, the crazy of crazy upsets in the second round, and then suddenly Casper Ruud can make to the final, and it just depends on if Sinner gets there. If Sinner loses to either like Draper or Feast or Lehechka or somebody, or Fonseca, then suddenly the draw's wide open for him. So you never know. I'm making the case for him because I picked him to win, but but Sinner and Alcaraz are 2 massive favorites, no doubt. That's an interesting draw, though. No, I actually think that's an interesting draw. Marajan's a tough second round for Alcaraz. I don't know if they've played. Have they played since their Rome match? To be clear, I don't expect Marajan to win, but I'm just saying that that's notable. It's worthy to note that is potentially happening. They played last year. Oh yeah, I remember that. Indian Wells. Alcaraz got the revenge, but Alcaraz in Indian Wells is a cheat code. This year was an exception. In Indian Wells, Alcaraz is a cheat code. I mean, Draper played phenomenal there too, to be fair. But yeah, I don't know. It could be interesting. I think Marajan's best surface is clay, right? Forehand cross court goes to the forehand of Arnaldi, backhand cross court, going backhand. Backhand slice could be a big point. Backhand down the line. Great shot. Oh, what a shot from Arnaldi. What a rally. Djokovic can't get there. Arnaldi hitting the line now. Digging in deep, because that was a classic Novak backhand. That would have been a winner against 99.999% of people on the planet. Guy in Arnaldi's box looking like a off-brand version of Korean Hachinov. 30 all. My job is tennis commentary and also roasting random people in the crowds. 30 all. Serve from Djokovic here. Serve out wide. That's a good serve. 40-30. Tough. That's been a key for him so far in this matchup. In this match, I should say. Forehand of Arnaldi. Short. Going forehand. Forehand cross court. Goes to the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand of Arnaldi down the line. Backhand of Djokovic. Backhand. It's going to be out. A lot of deuce games to start off the match. Pretty lengthy opening to this one. Deuce. Djokovic breathing heavy. Arnaldi is going to, I think, definitely mind these longer games as the match wears on less than Novak is. I mean, it's a real thing. I mean, Novak is about 15 years older than Arnaldi, and Arnaldi has great stamina and all of the above. So, all right, deuce. Another good serve. Arnaldi has a good return. Backhand. Arnaldi defending. Too good from Djokovic. Very good. Advantage to Novak. Djokovic hitting the corners. Fantastic forehand there. Novak is crazy, man. It's crazy how the level Novak can still strike the ball at this point in his career. This would be a big confidence boosting win if he gets it done today. That's a good ace from Djokovic. 4-2. 4-2. Djokovic's serving numbers have been impressive so far. I know he's had a few close games, but look at this. 82% first serves in. And then this is, I mean, he's lost, 8 points on serve. Hasn't faced a break point. Very good. Very good. Serving very well, Novak. Good openings for Djokovic here. Wants to keep Arnaldi at bay. Stay in the lead. I mean, ideally, he wants to grit his teeth and try to get a second break here. Wow, great forehand there. Forehand down the line. Back into Arnaldi's a lob. Smash. Oh, right back to Arnaldi. Djokovic running backwards. Backhand now. Arnaldi goes to the backhand Djokovic. Great shot cross court. What a rally. Oh, drop shot. No way. Oh, redrop. Djokovic there. Lob. One of the rallies of the tournament. Forehand. Arnaldi lob. That's going to go out. Novak Djokovic is timeless in Geneva. Djokovic couldn't do it with the overhead. Pulls a drop shot out of nowhere. Arnaldi had to look at the lob, but it was tough after about 20 plus shots. Novak breathing heavy, but getting the job done, huh? Serve from Arnaldi. Is out. Second serve. One of the rallies of the tournament. What a point by Novak. Absolutely. Novak is wild. Great point. Forehand goes out from Arnaldi. Djokovic looking to grab the set 6-2. Novak is a legend, dude. Seriously, tennis legend. This guy has played the game as well as anybody out there. So equal across all surfaces, so good for so long. This guy is the greatest of all time for a reason. In my book, and in most people's books now, he is truly the goat of the sport. And you know, the term is greatest of all time. Obviously, who knows who's going to show up in the future, but as of right now, nobody has played nobody has been as good at tennis from a career perspective as Djokovic. Even Rod Laver, who amazing player, he only won slams within one decade, the 60s, you know, 1960 to 69. All those guys from the past, they deserve deep respect, but I mean, Djokovic is doing things that have never been done. To be this good for this long is something that has not been accomplished ever. But he has still not won a slam, you know, older than Roger Federer. Ken Rosewall did it at 37. Djokovic was 36 when he won his last slam, just turning 38 today. I think also like Bill Tilden won a slam when he was like 40, or at least like a pro slam, which is also like just as worthy to note. Because those pro majors back in the day, they were played by some of the best players out there. Even if some of the draws were a little bit smaller at times, they were just as worthy to mention. Good level from both. Arnaldi holds 4-3. I don't think a single game has been held at 15. I think it's all been 40-30 in deuce games. 38 minutes of play after 7 games. In some capacity, I'll make a Roland Garros draw predictions. So watch out for that. I didn't even look at the women's draw. Let me take a look at that. Ooh, Nisimova and Sabalenka is part of the draw. Also Kvitova, Fernandez. Sabalenka could be good in third round. Fernandez is good on clay. Very good on clay. Zhang is there. Zhang Sabalenka could be a quarterfinal. Paulini Svitolina. Rybakina Bencic is a first round. Raducanu Sriantek could be a second round. Ostapenko's in there. Could be Penko versus Sriantek. Sriantek cannot escape Ostapenko. Sriantek could be out by the fourth round. I kind of think that's going to happen. Sriantek can't beat Ostapenko. Kostuk is tough too for Sriantek. Third round. Mira Andreeva, watch out for her. Starting off the second half. Muhova, Jabor is unseeded. Pagula, Zachary, Badoza, Sinyakova, Kazakina. Madsen Keys looking for the calendar year slam. Joking. But she did get one. Navarro, Bolter. Kenin is seeded. Krajikova, Kalinskaya, Goff. Could be Goff versus Krajikova. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. Swiatek could go out in the fourth round to Ostapenko. That is, I mean, I want to see Swiatek's reaction when she saw she has Ostapenko in her section yet again. I don't think Ostapenko's beaten her at Roland Garros, but she definitely, I think she can. with the 6-0 record, right? And also having won Roland Garros in the past. 30 love for Djokovic here at 4-3. Serve Djokovic, forehand of Arnaldi, forehand of Novak. Hits over to the forehand of Arnaldi, back in Djokovic. Back of Arnaldi, forehand of Novak. Forehand big. Arnaldi's there. What a get. Forehand down the line. Arnaldi's also there. Lob, smash. Oh, Arnaldi is everywhere. Djokovic figuring it out. Arnaldi doing a lot of lobbing and Djokovic not quite getting it done on the overheads, but he does on the last one there. I have a feeling that that's what Djokovic was talking about there, just judging from his motions. I think that's what he was gesturing to. Djokovic having a new coach in his box, I think, for the clay courts, rest of the clay court season, right? Coach that has worked with a variety of players in the past for over a decade. What's his name? Dusan Vemic? I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, Dusan Vemic, who's coached Andrea Petkovic, helping her to get to the top 10. He was a part of Djokovic's camp for a while. Then he was part of the coaching staff for the Davis Cup team. And then Serbian men's tennis team for the Olympic Games in Rio. Djokovic didn't do very well, but he had the hardest first round opponent ever. Also, Vemic coached the Bryan brothers and also Nakashima more recently. So a lot of coaching experience there, including coaching for Novak, whether it's directly back in like 2012, 2013, being part of his staff, or the Serbian teams in tennis, whether it's in Davis Cup, Olympics, etc. It's a backhand which goes long from Djokovic. This 5-4 game could prove to be quite interesting. We'll see if Djokovic takes a more scenic route or if he gets it done pretty straightforwardly. Arnaldi up to 60% first serves in. Djokovic at 78%. I mean, 60% isn't awful, but it's definitely against Djokovic. You need it to be higher, and it's not even close to where Djokovic is serving at. That's 2 first serves in though. Good serve from Arnaldi out wide. Good serving. 40 love gets 3 first serves on a good rhythm. Ospin could also lose first round though. Who is she playing in the first round? Ostapenko could? Dakuta Matova? No way. No chance. Yeah, Ostapenko's got that easy. There's no chance. We'll see if that ages badly, but no chance. Yeah, Ostapenko's got that one. What makes you so confident of Yelena reaching there? I mean, she's the way she played earlier this year, taking out Swiatek Sabalenka, her on clay and at Roland Garros, I mean, I know she hasn't even gotten close to repeating 2017, but I don't see her losing first round to Kudermetova. I mean, if she was playing, I don't even know if she was playing like, I don't know, Ons Jabor's unseated. If she was playing Jabor and it was like prime Ons Jabor, like I can imagine a scenario where that's difficult, but I don't see her losing in the first round. She's going to be highly motivated to go deeper in this tournament. Do you think Novak will play final if he makes it, or rest and travel to Roland Garros? He's going to play the final. I don't see him opting out of a final because here's another thing. He's not making a whole lot of finals. That's title number 100. That's a chance for title number 100, especially with Fritz gone. Like, he's got to feel like he's got a good chance. Like, he's gonna play. Like, I don't see him withdrawing from a final, especially at this point in his career. Very few people ever do that anyway. Yeah. Ostapenko lost to Sevastova in Madrid, who's 400 in the world. No, I know, I remember that, but I'm just saying, like, that's Ostapenko though. I know, like, Ostapenko is that person who just, she is so up and down. That didn't particularly surprise me. I mean, what? Okay, so she lost to this girl, and then Paolini beat her 7-5, 6-2, and then she went on to win the whole tournament. She went 7-5 against Paolini, and then obviously Stuttgart had the tournament of her life. Like yeah, I know. Like, it's just Ostapenko. It's just Ostapenko things. Like, I can't imagine. I don't see her losing first round to Kudermetova. That's just not. I don't see that happening. Ostapenko could lose to literally anyone. She's not losing first round. Could she arguably beat everyone? Yes. How can she lose to Polina Kudermetova? I don't see it. She's not losing first round, especially knowing she's got Swiatek in the fourth round. She's gonna see that opportunity. She's gonna say, I'm gonna put in an effort here. She's not losing first round. Anthony, would you have Djokovic in your top 5 favorites for Roland Garros? It's a great question. Well, it's got to be Alcaraz, Sinner. I'd have Casper above Novak. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but just won Madrid. Casper's playing well. If he doesn't play Sinner or Alcaraz, I have Casper with the chance against anybody. And Djokovic is just not winning a whole lot of matches, and I don't know if he's proven that physically in best of 5, especially on a surface that's physical on clay. He's struggling against, Jannik in their recent matches. I don't know that it's going to be very and Carlos is going to be looking for revenge, not just from Australia but from Olympics last year. Like, in a best of 5, I don't know. I have a good. I feel like I would pick Casper above him. I would have to think about who else. Zverev, I mean, he made the final last year. He just hasn't been winning very much, but I don't know. I'll think about it, but I'd have those 3 for sure above Novak. Novak could potentially be 4th. Like, there's nobody that's standing out to me. Obviously, Draper exists, but I don't know about him winning Roland Garros. I could more imagine that at Wimbledon. Love 30 here, by the way. Arnaldi has some big forehands. Misses that one, though. 15-30. Return goes wide. Didn't realize he was on course for 100. Yeah. If Novak loses this first set, I'll shed real tears. I was going Shiloh. I'd have him 7 or 8, probably. Ostapenko's record or Swiatek needs to be studied. Absolutely. Have him 7 or 8. I don't know. Djokovic at slams, I always give him some kind of a chance. So I don't know. But yeah, he's probably got to be. I take Zverev over him. I take Steph over him. Lob, good get from Arnaldi. Smash, forehand of Arnaldi. Backhand up high to the forehand of Djokovic. Backhand for Arnaldi goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Forehand of Arnaldi. back in wide from Arnaldi. But I think I'd have him sixth. I can't think of who else I'd really have him above that. I think at this point, at Roland Garros, I maybe could more easily. I'd feel better about picking Djokovic to win than Draper, maybe. So I don't know. I mean, Draper lost to Alcaraz and Madrid lost to Casper, and he made the final of Madrid. Although Madrid plays differently than Roland Garros does. Although, I don't know. I mean, in Rome, up until Alcaraz, he didn't really have much competition. And yeah, Madrid does play quite differently than Roland Garros. I don't know. But I think I'd pick Djokovic. I don't like counting out Novak. He can do crazy things when you don't expect. And he's really, with Nadal out of the picture, he's really one of the best clay court players of all time. So I'd pick Novak probably sixth. And he's close with Steph for me. But I'd have Steph above. But Novak is sixth. For me, Novak is sixth. It's a set point for Djokovic. Can he find a way to seal the set? This would be a big one. Didn't grab one set against Arnaldi in Madrid. First serve just misses the line. Hasn't missed a whole lot of first serves this set. That one just straying wide. Kick serve back in Arnaldi. Backhand. Forehand of Djokovic. Goes inside in. Just stays in from Arnaldi. Forehands in the net. First set to Djokovic. Well deserved. Great first set from Djokovic. A tough fought first set. 2-minute set break. Starting up. Steph over Novak. Seriously, I wouldn't even have Steph in top 10. Novak beat Carlos on clay. Steph can't even get a set, man. When was the last time Steph reached an RG semifinal? It's been a while. You must be your okay, but yeah, but Djokovic's results recently, he lost 2 straight matches to Tabilo and Arnaldi. And he's not doing very well. I mean, let's just see it for what it is. He's not doing that hot right now. And then, I mean, Tsitsipas not really either, but I mean, look at the players he's lost to in the clay season, though. He lost to Musetti in Monte Carlo, 3-set match, good match. He also breadstick Musetti. Musetti played fantastic in the second and third sets. He had to retire against Fils in Barcelona, 2-0. He lost to Musetti again in Madrid, again a close match. He beat Struff there. He made the final, 2 years ago? Last year? 2 years ago? And then he lost to Fils in Rome. Fils played fantastic in 3 sets, and Fils really did play fantastic. Part of why I did analysis of that match for my podcast. I thought that was one of the most impressive under the radar victories that I'd seen on tour this year. Fils played very, very well, very, very well to beat Tsitsipas there, and that's I mean, Fils on clay is good. I think those are tough matches. You know, Musetti and Fils are the only players he's lost to, and Fils played fantastic in that Rome match. So I mean, Djokovic just is losing. I mean, he's been losing. He lost 2 in a row in big tournaments. That's very unlike Novak. So that's kind of my point. And then Tsitsipas, he had the win in Dubai earlier this year. Since then, I mean, things slowed down, but he never does really well in the Sunshine Double. We'll see. At the French, I think he plays some of his best tennis. He's lost to Alcaraz 2 of the last 3 years at Roland Garros, but I still like him at Roland Garros. Yeah, he didn't make a semifinal, but he made the quarterfinal both the last 2 years. He lost to Alcaraz both the last 2 years, right? That's a tough draw for Steph. Alcaraz is a tough draw in the quarterfinals. You're saying, when's the last time he's made the semis? But he lost to Alcaraz both times. That's a tough If he gets anybody else in the quarterfinals, like he probably has a better chance, right? Maybe not Novak, although at this point maybe he does, because Novak at this point is a little bit different. Good back and forth. I'm here for it. Yeah. It's actually Faison's burner. That's funny. That was not a slam. I would have Musetti over Steph. Musetti is a good one. Musetti is a good one. But those matches can't. Novak that too in a slam. Novak in slams is a different ball game. Steph couldn't even come close to winning a set. I don't know. I mean, listen, that's true, but my points still stand. Like, Steph and RG is different. Like, Alcaraz is amazing, but he's, you know, I mean, he's been prone to having some early upsets every now and again. You never know. It might not have to, he might not have to play, Steph might not have to play him, you know? So that's my thing. We'll see. Snow going hard. Musetti is a good shout though. I might have Novak at 7th. I might have to choose Musetti there. Actually, I would, because Musetti's had a hell of a clay season. So yeah, I'd have Novak 7th. I forgot about Musetti. I'll also have Musetti over Steph. 40-15 for Arnaldi. Serve. I'm here for the back and forth though, but enjoying your commentary discovered lately. Hey, I appreciate you, Siraj. Thank you for joining in. Steph could himself lose first round to Echeverry. Yeah, it's a tough match. I don't disagree, but I think that's a good first round to have though for Steph. Like that will build some confidence, and that's a good test where I don't think it's a huge upset alert or something, but I think that it's going to test him enough to get some confidence, get his game going early. But yeah, I mean, it could happen. But that's been, I mean, that's consistency at Roland Garros. He made the quarterfinals last 2 years. Um, Lost to Alcaraz, made the final, 2021. And then one loss back is that loss to Runa at Roland Garros in 2022. But I mean, also in 2023. But Runa 2023 on clay, that was tough too. I mean, Runa made 2 clay Masters finals that year, so they won Paris to end the year before that, and so 1-0 Arnaldi. Injustice for Novak? How you mean? You mean ranking him 7th on the French Open power rankings, or otherwise? I could see Novak ahead of Steph, okay? Like, I could see it. But for me, I've always thought of Steph as somebody with a chance at Roland Garros. And I don't necessarily think that this would be the worst year for it to happen. I don't think it's a good year for it to happen, but I don't see Novak winning it either. Novak doesn't seem particularly confident about it. When's the last time that Novak said something like, I'm not feeling that confident about the French, or something? He said something that at least had that connotation. I can't remember the exact quote. Put it in the chat if you know what he said, but he said something along the lines like, I don't remember what he said. Well, earlier in the season, he said something like, my goal is Roland Garros. But then after he lost to Arnaldi in Madrid, he said something else that kind of caught me off guard. Do not remember exactly what he said, though. He said something like, I'm not feeling confident, but I'll give it a go and try my best, or something. Okay, let's see. All I'm saying is Steph couldn't even get close to Carlos in those quarterfinals. He couldn't even compete. Well, okay. Steph hates playing Alcaraz, okay? Like, let's have a little bit of honesty here. Steph, that's the worst matchup for Tsitsipas, period. Like, that is the worst. Like, that head-to-head could end up being like 16-0 for Alcaraz. Like, Steph just hates playing him. So that's part of the reason for why that is a thing. I just have a bit of, like, Steph hates playing Carlos. He hates it. Backhand down the line, goes to the forehand of Alcaraz, backhand of Arnaldi, cross court. What a shot from Djokovic! Novak with a fantastic backhand pass. Crazy. Even the slide to the forehand, staying on balance. Balance, the key. What a flick for a passing shot from Djokovic. It's what Novak does so well. I mean, some other players would go for the hot shot and make it real close to the line, but Novak, I mean, he's maybe not as flashy. He doesn't go for the line, but he picks his spot, gives himself just enough space, just rips it, just goes for it. He's decisive. And man, he's got skills. He's just good at tennis. I mean, he is just great at this game. 30-15 for Djokovic. Looking to play the winner of Poprin and Nori in the next round. If he manages to win one out of potentially the next 2 sets, if it needs to get there. Forehand cross court. Novak goes to the forehand of Arnaldi. Forehand to the backhand of Arnaldi. Forehand of Djokovic misses long. 30 all. I'm not saying Novak will win it, but he definitely has a better shot than Steph. He hasn't even reached a semifinal in clay season. Yeah, but Novak hasn't either. I mean, Novak has not either. Why does Novak bounce a million times before serving? He used to do it way more. It's a mental thing. He wants to get in the right flow of things and the right momentum, rhythm. Right, in the right rhythm is a better word. Yeah, it's a mental thing, superstition almost. Meanwhile, with Novak, it's different. He doesn't need to be as good. He can still turn on because his motivation for slams is different. I don't know, man. I feel like Tsitsipas can do that occasionally too. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's not quite accurate with Novak. I feel like Novak needs to play into form a lot of times. Novak likes having the tournaments before the slams go well. Like, it actually hasn't happened all that often that Novak kind of comes out of nowhere and wins a slam. That's happened more often with Federer and Nadal than Djokovic, right? I'm trying to think, but Djokovic, he likes having the momentum. I mean, that's part of why those Masters events. It's part of why he tried so hard for all those Masters events. Part of what to facilitate him to do so well at the slams, probably. But for sure, they helped him. I mean, to win 40 Masters, just like win a Masters, then get to the slam. Like the last slam he won, U.S. Open, he won Cincinnati right before then. You know, like that always helps. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think maybe that's more of a Rafa thing, kind of coming out of nowhere and winning a slam. Smash. Novak is there. Another smash. Arnaldi, another lob. Overhead practice, and Arnaldi puts it away. That would have been the worst nightmare for Djokovic. Arnaldi gives a smile. Yeah, I'm not sure that's the case. I would say Novak doesn't want to come out of nowhere and just peek at the slams to try to go all the way. In fact, what are examples of that happening? I'm trying to think. Like 2014 Wimbledon, was that one of the years he won the Sunshine Double or no? I think it is, right? Yeah, Djokovic won the Sunshine Double that year. So, and he didn't lose a single set during Miami. So he had that coming into it, even if he didn't. Yeah, and he got the Roland Garros final. some other stuff during the clay season. I don't know. I don't really think that's a thing with Novak very much. Just to refresh your memory in 2023. Okay, 2023 Roland Garros is a good pull. I'm going all in one on Carlos. All in one on Carlos RG. Bro's been spoken lately. Yeah, Carlos is the big favorite. Yeah, Roland Garros is a good pull. That's an example of it. But what are other examples of it? It hasn't happened very often. That's like the one example of it, right? Like I'm struggling to think of another example of Djokovic like just truly coming out of nowhere and winning one after not building up momentum. Two 2-1 Arnaldi as he gets the hold. They looked horrible all clay season, just won. Yeah, I mean, listen, it could happen, but I don't necessarily think that that's something to bank on, right? And what at that time he was just turned 36. It's a different ball game now. I mean, he would be the oldest Grand Slam champion in the Open era. It's a different ball game. I mean, he hasn't won a slam since he was 36 and a half years old, 2023 US Open. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, that's a fair point. If you think that will happen again, but I don't think historically Novak, but okay, that's just one example out of 24. Historically, Novak has wanted form coming into slams. Historically. But yeah, I mean, that's a recent example of something like that happening. Serve Djokovic, goes to the forehand slice of Arnaldi, forehand of Novak, inside out. Back in Arnaldi, way up high. Forehand down the middle, Arnaldi in the net. 15-love for Djokovic. I can bet on hard courts for Novak, but on clay, nah, yeah. I think, yeah, Novak is the hard court king ever. He's good on clay too, though. Like he's one of the greatest players of all time on clay. But yeah, I think at this point, in 3 out of 5, I would more quickly bet on Novak on grass or hard court, particularly hard court. But Sinner's just been an unstoppable force on hard court recently. Be interesting how long he keeps it up. What's the record for most hard court slams won straight? I would assume it's Federer in his prime, but I don't know the exact record. It's interesting how long Sinner can keep that up. Forehand, Novak misses it long. 15-30. Chance for Arnaldi now. Saying that he will surely, but my point is no way Steph has a better chance than Novak. Well, we'll agree to disagree because I do think that Steph has a slightly better chance. I'd give him like a hair above. He's also got like motivation. Like, can we just talk about motivation? Like, Novak's done it all. Like, Steph is highly motivated to win his first one. Like, beyond comprehension. Like, he needs to win one. You know, that's where he's at. Novak, he's won all of this stuff. Like, now I think Novak has struggled with motivation recently. Obviously, he'll be highly motivated to get one more, become the oldest player in the open era to win one, get to 25. That's a number that's never been reached on either men's or women's. Even though I don't really think he needs to compete against the women, doesn't really make much sense. But I think, listen, I don't know. For me, I have like Steph like a hair above. I think motivation is part of it. Forehand inside out, 2 break points for Arnaldi. The Novak-esque backhand down the line, open stance. That's going to be out from Novak. Arnaldi fights hard. Novak decimates his racket. 3-1 for Arnaldi. I'd like to see it from Novak, though. It still shows his passion here for playing. That's a good sign of motivation. It's always funny when the crowd boos when they see a racket smash, because I think half of the crowd is excited by it, right? That's often the case. Yeah, decimates his racket, Novak. 3-1. If he's that motivated, how's he slipping down further in the rankings? LOL, every year, not even the top 15 now. Well, he's got to get a better coach, right? Serve from Arnaldi. Good serve out wide, 15 love. Arnaldi serving better as the match has progressed. He's about to double fault. I just did the ultimate announcer's jinx, but we'll see. Backhand. Arnaldi goes to the backhand. Djokovic, the drop shot might be too good. No, Arnaldi gets it. What a get. Novak backhand cross court is a winner. 15 all. Didn't think Arnaldi was going to get there in time. Wow, that was a really fantastic get. Arnaldi did everything right. I mean, he got under it and then he covered down the line. That was the tougher shot to force Novak to hit across court, but Novak did it well. Novak moving to his left, having to hit across court, but Novak can do anything on a tennis court, and that's been the story of his career. That's also part of why he's so good on clay. He's so complete. I always think like clay has very specific attributes that certain players have that help them. Wow, what a rally. Back and down the line, Novak. Novak gets to 15-30. He's looking for the break right back, doing what I was talking about earlier, trying to stop the momentum from Arnaldi right away. That's what you want. But I always think like even though specific attributes help on clay, I always think of clay as the neutralizer. Like it really rewards having your average shot being like the quality of your average shot is often what determines like partially how good you are on clay. Like that's part of why I think like Rafa is so good on clay. Like he is every ball, he's always fighting hard, digging deep. He gets it low, deep in the court. He's got every shot. Just average, just really good. And that's why Novak and Rafa partly are so good on clay. I feel like because you have to hit so many shots in a rally to finish a point on clay. That's part of why I think like that. I think it's more complicated than that, but I think that's part of it. Novak comes in, backhand pass very good from Arnaldi, 40-30. Yeah, it's not a good approach, but it's a great pass. Surprised Novak didn't even put a racket out. It's kind of strange, but a good pass. Novak saying, all right, too good. Trying to get to 4-1 here on Arnaldi. Forehand goes to the backhand of Arnaldi, who hits it out. Deuce. It's going to go out from Novak. Yeah, Coco's got a good draw, but Krejcikova could be tough in the fourth round. I don't know what their record is. I don't have it off the top of my head, but and Navarro could be tough. Keys could be tough. It's a good draw though. I mean, you would rather that draw than let's say some other draws here for sure. Um, she didn't get Zhang, Sabalenka, Paolini. She didn't get Mira. She didn't get Muhova. Didn't get Ostapenko. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I would agree it's a good draw. Very, very doable. Forehand, Novak. Short. Arnaldi tries to gain control but hits it wide. That's a forehand Arnaldi would want back. Deuce. Novak is like been talking the whole match in frustration. Even parts of the first set, just talking to himself, just frustrated. It's kind of more negative than you. I mean, Novak is always kind of doing this a little bit, but the whole match, Novak kind of talking to himself, especially this set. Backhand slice Arnaldi, backhand Novak, volley, it's put away. Advantage to Arnaldi, who's doing much better on his serve. He's finding a better level here. Sometimes it's not that much more complicated than that. He's making first serves, he's found a rhythm, and he's finding more control of the court. Arnaldi doing really well at the net with high balls, by the way. He hasn't lost a point facing a high ball at the net. Forehand of Djokovic. Net court. Arnaldi runs. Oh, it goes by Novak. Smart shot. Novak's got to be careful. Ooh, Novak got to be careful. Hopefully he's not injured. Novak feeling his knee. Novak flexing his knee. He's kind of moving slow. Hope he's fine. Crossing the net. Think he's okay. I kind of think he just like surprised himself that he kind of didn't try to stretch it out that much. He's feeling it out. No like no cries of pain or anything like that, which is at least good, but you never know. Novak's backhand down the line winner is timeless. Yeah, Novak in general is timeless, but currently has trouble in the second set. $15 love Djokovic. There's no way Novak loses this, right? Realistically, no. It's definitely a match he can lose. He just lost Arnaldi in Madrid, Shiloh. That's this is a winnable match for Arnaldi. I don't think Novak. I definitely bank on Novak right now. I feel like, but it's not by like a whole lot though. I would say Novak. I'd give him like a. This is very specific, but like a 65% chance, or like a 63% chance, something like that, somewhere between 60 and 65. But that's, I mean, that's decent for Arnaldi. It's winnable. Yeah, I'd give Novak like a 65% chance. But I mean, listen, that's like If you pick a number 1 through 3 and I guess it, I'll get it right 1 out of 3 times. Like that's basically Arnaldi's chance. If my estimation is accurate. He's dropped to minus 200, so I took it. Okay. Novak broke the racket means he doesn't lose. Yeah. I think that's fair, actually. That's usually the case, huh? I mean, whether you like it or not, sometimes showing that bit of frustration is that good sign. Good hold to love there. All right, love 15, Djokovic. 5 points in a row for Novak. Shows that passion. Yeah, he's coming back in the second set. Okay. Big call there, no? We'll see. Forehand squash shot Novak. Forehand inside out goes wide. Arnaldi suddenly can't win a point. 6 straight for Novak. Love 30. Forehand can't make a shot in now. Suddenly Arnaldi. Love 40. It's kind of strange because Novak is feeling out like his legs and stuff. Well, Arnaldi can't make a shot on the court. Forehand. It's gonna go long. 15-40. Does Arnaldi fight back from love 40 down? 15-40. Arnaldi was doing so much better on serves, plus ones, keeping control of the rally, making Novak run. That's a great ace from Arnaldi. Novak knows it immediately. Walks to the other side, 30-40. One more to save. It's about as quick as Arnaldi hits a serve, 208 kilometers. Could have imagined it, but as Novak was jumping up there and kind of feeling his legs, I maybe saw like a quick grimace on his face. But hopefully that doesn't become a factor or an issue. Hopefully he doesn't, pull out of this tournament for Roland Garros or anything. But I mean, right now he's looking fine. So it could be a non-issue whatsoever. But we'll see what happens. It's a break point here. Second serve, double fault. A lot of errors from Arnaldi, and Novak gets to 4-3. Not sure what Novak is gesturing to. He's talking to his box. Is Novak saying to his coach, focus on my match, don't look here and there? That's what the signals kind of mean. I have no idea. That could be. It could be. He's got the new coach, so what's the first serve in percentage in this set of jokers? Good question. I got you. Let me check. Set 2. It's 53%. So yeah, definitely gone way down. What was it? 81? 73? Yeah. Gone way down. Novak is now 3 games away from the match, though. All right, 15 love, Djokovic. Kick serve back in Arnaldi. It's the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand goes again to the backhand Novak. Backhand slice. Forehand. Volley. Arnaldi runs, can't get there. What a drop shot from Djokovic. 30 love. Maybe the coach got distracted by some girl in the stands. Never know. Probably. Tie break coming up. Could be. So, Alexa, you guys streaming Rafa's retirement event? I think it's on the first day. Yeah, we should. Yeah. Hopefully we can. I'm not gonna be here though. I'm gonna be on a trip to Arkansas for a challenger tournament. So I'm not gonna be here, but I might still be able to stream a little bit. I don't know. I'll have to see. I might not. I probably won't have time myself, but maybe Faison or Colby or somebody. 40 love Djokovic. Backhand of Novak. It's gonna go long. 40-15. Backhand Arnaldi goes to the forehand of Djokovic. Backhand Arnaldi cross court. They make it and miss. He just missed it. 4-4. I got 30-15 here for 15-30 here for Djokovic. The chance. Ronaldo making too many unforced errors. Yeah. Nice. There you go. Chance here. Djokovic backhand down the line. Forehand to Arnaldi. It's the forehand Djokovic down the line. Back to Arnaldi. Forehand to Novak. Forehand Arnaldi into the nets. 15-40 for Djokovic. Forehand goes into the backhand of Djokovic. That's in the net. 30-40. It's a chance here for Djokovic. He got beaten in straight sets about a couple weeks ago in Madrid. Trying to turn around the script here in Geneva. Get some confidence going into Roland Garros. Just got his first win on the clay swing. Trying to get a second one here. It's too good on the serve, though, from Arnaldi. That's all I'll say about Arnaldi. He's clutch. He's a clutch player. Often in the clutch, he comes up with some big shots. And as he keeps, packing on muscle and keeps improving on not weaknesses, because he doesn't really have weaknesses, but relative weaknesses, like he's going to be a real problem. I think it's just the thing that he doesn't, have the big strengths of, like, let's say Yannick Sinner, but listen, he's going to be a problem for a while. Forehand slice goes to forehand Novak. Inside out, lob. Smash, put away. Novak's best point of the match, maybe. It was a really well-constructed point. Novak constructing the point like he's not a construction worker, not just a tennis player. Well constructed there with the overhead winner to finish as well. Forehand, what a return from Novak. Trying to neutralize backhand. Goes to backhand slice of Arnaldi down the middle. Backhand slice of Novak. Goes to backhand of Arnaldi. Backhand of Djokovic. Struggling. Neither guy coming to net. Just rattling from the back. Backhand down the middle. Forehand of Novak. Inside in. Forehand of Arnaldi. Cross court. Forehand of Djokovic. The forehand of Arnaldi. It's in the net. The greatest of all time. The player that's been World War I for 428 weeks. Finally finding some success on this season. He's going to serve for the match against Arnaldi. 5-4. Good stuff. Novak looks insanely good. He's looked really good in this match, no doubt. Okay, I changed my mind. He's the third favorite for RG. No. Match. I'm just okay. All right, I changed my mind still. He's first favorite, top favorite. Shout out Novak getting me everything I lost last night back and more. There you go. Novak will do that though. He'll fall behind then come back. Somebody did you say that, Shiloh, that he's going to come back in the set? Well, you said there's no way Novak loses this, right? Someone said Novak comes back. Yeah, Shiloh, you said Novak comes back second set. It's great. Called it. 2 points after deuce. Some of the points prime Novak to his best. Yes, those were probably the two most impressive points of Novak's clay season so far, maybe, or at least of this match, Really good neutralizing return. And what a reaction, too. Yeah, I came back in a stream when he was 4-1 after I bet on him. Hey, listen, I got the good luck stream, though. I got the good luck stream then. No doubt. I say that, and then that's just not going to hold up. But next time you bet, come into my stream, and then I hope it keeps going well. But anyway. Be thoughtful about what you bet, But I'm glad it worked out. All right, 5-4 for Novak. Thanks, guys, for joining in. Don't forget to subscribe, Quality Shot. If you're new, we're going to have coverage of Roland Garros Also, for anybody that doesn't know, I will be going to the Little Rock Challenger, which is the first Challenger tournament that I'm seeing in person. I'm going to have a chance to interview some players there. That's going to be soon. That's going to be, I'm flying out in 3 days. And then, yeah, hopefully Wimbledon next up after that. So there's a lot on the horizon for the summer. Where did Arnaldi go wrong this set? He has the highest first serve in percentage, though. Well, Novak's played really well to fight back, but I mean, really bad service game. Just a lot of unforced errors. I mean, to be fair, a lot of unforced errors, double fault at 30-40, and then Novak's done what he's need to do on his side of the court. He's played very well. It's 30-love for Djokovic. So, I mean, you just can't afford a bad game like that, because then look at how Novak has kind of played in at 4-4. His best level, like I said, I think of the clay court swing so far, period, in that 4-4 game. 30-love. Serve from Novak. Kicked back into Arnaldi. Back end of Djokovic. The forehand of Arnaldi. Backing down the line. Forehand of Arnaldi. Forehand of Djokovic. Down the line, back into Arnaldi. It's in the net. 40-love for Djokovic. Don't count this guy out. 4-1. Looks like he hurt his knee, but he looks totally fine. And you never count this guy out. Found another gear. Found more life. And he's going to take on the winner of Alexei Popyrin and Cameron Norrie, unless Arnaldi has the greatest tennis comeback of all time. It's 3 match points for Djokovic to level up this head-to-head. Djokovic says, yeah, Djokovic's so good in revenge matches, by the way. He so rarely gets beaten twice in a row. Arnaldi with the forehand wide. Djokovic gets it 6-4, 6-4. Novak gets it done, and he looks good. He looks good. He'll be happy with that one. I want to see his reaction here. He'll be happy getting through that. Still got some motivation. He's still getting more coaches in his box, and he's still trying new things out. He's preparing for Roland Garros. He's still one of the best athletes on tour at 38 years old. Happy birthday to the GOAT. Seriously. You know, you can say the GOAT about some athletes, you're like, haha, yeah, whatever, but yeah, if you're talking about Djokovic and if you're talking about Michael Jordan, yeah, they're the GOATs. Just made some LeBron fans very mad. All right, yeah, thanks, Lexi. Novak's an excellent tennis player. Yeah. Real Novak has arrived. Everyone be RG alert. Novak has found his footing on clay. Yeah, he's the first favorite, Snehal. He's the first favorite. You said 3-set, but finished in 2. That's Novak for you. Happy birthday, Noli. Fair game. GG's. All right, thanks guys for joining in. I'm just kidding. Novak is probably not first favorite. He's definitely behind Sinner and Alcaraz. But listen, after that performance, he might move up a little bit. But yeah, a lot of those guys I named, though, I still would probably have him above. But listen, if he plays like that, seriously, like, his chances are only going up. No doubt. All right, 6-4, 6-4 for Djokovic. Really solid performance. I mean, has Novak climbed a step or two in your rankings? I mean, for me, I'd still have Casper above him. Casper made, 2 Roland Garros finals now in the last, He made 2 Roland Garros finals in a row. Last year, he was sick against Zverev in the semis, and he was still close to winning. And he just won Madrid. I don't think Casper will beat Sinner or Alcaraz, but for me, I have Casper third. And then beyond that, I would have Musetti above Novak, because Musetti's had a hell of a clay court season. So that's 4. Who else? Who else did I say? I had 2 others, Tsitsipas and somebody else who I can't think of. Didn't have Draper. Who else did I say? Oh, Zverev. I would have... Zverev and Tsitsipas are the 2 two that I don't really know about. Zverev in general, I don't really like him as a slam title winner because he just hasn't been clutch enough, especially at the slams. So Zverev and Tsitsipas and Djokovic are very close to me. Like, they are very close. Zverev's not performing very well. But if I'm saying, like, who I think has the best chance of winning, I still think right now I would take Zverev over Novak. I take Zverev over Novak, and then Tsitsipas versus Djokovic is really close. Okay, fine. Maybe Djokovic ahead of Steph. Maybe. I don't know. They're very close. I'll say Djokovic moved ahead of Steph with that performance. Because that was the best I've seen Novak play since the Australian Open. Zverev this year, though. Other years, I would agree. Zverev still ahead for me. All right. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys at the next one. Thanks for joining in. And yeah, join in for Roland Garros and all the other stuff we got coming. Peace.
All I wanna